Welcome to Crypto Talks by Crypto Inspector, the podcast where we talk about cryptocurrency and we bring crypto leaders to join us. And today we have a special guest, Mr. Razi Saleh. Welcome, Mr. Razi.
Thank you, Manuel, for having me.
Awesome. So, to start, can you walk us through a bit about your background? So, what led you into the digital payment and specifically the crypto space? So, how Paytiko came to life?
Okay, it's a good question, honestly. Going back through my career for the past, let's say, from 17 years in traditional finance, working, started from banking to stock trading into CFDs. It's a career changing from different point of views. So I have worked in marketing department, sales department, retention,
Nice.
affiliation, to create my own finance portals and go from stage to another, from IB to affiliate to a broker to a player. And Paytiko, what led me to Paytiko is actually it came from place of pain. That means we've been consuming payment services across all my career, and we have never met the one provider that they can give us everything in one stop.
This is very important.
As someone who always looked as an innovative approach of things, I always looked how to do something with added value, because I believe making added value is what gives you the right of existing. So we tried many solutions, and everyone failed in a different way. So we said, let's do it. Let's do it by ourselves. And after, I'm sitting here after 4 years and something with from launching point of Paytiko. Very glad what we have achieved and very happy of what we're having in the future.
So basically, you had the whole sphere. Like you went to the old system, banking system, and everything, and now you made Paytiko, which is basically something that is now also involving with crypto. In what way?
Okay, so let me go one step back and explain you more details about what is Paytiko. So Paytiko is orchestration platform. That means we have created, just to make it more simple, we have created a hub that allows all payments across the globe to collaborate into one environment.
Simplify things.
Exactly. So what we did, we work with everyone you can imagine, starting from Europe, UK, Australia, Turkey, Asia, any country you can imagine, from Zambia to
Wow.
New Zealand. If they have a payment providers, they are integrated into Paytiko.
So if someone wants to market globally, they can use Paytiko as a payment service provider, like orchestration, and then they can accept money, even crypto, from the whole world.
So yes, that's the second layer. Beside the fact that we have integrated solution across the globe from big players like Stripe, WorldPay, Checkout, or PayPal or APMs, we have also have a dozen of crypto processing partners. From small names to medium to large one, like Binance Pay, Finrax, LetNoPay, Confirmo, all those are available in our platform, and we constantly adding more and more partners.
This is quite interesting.
Yes, every month we add in our schedule, we have 10 new integration. Now, in the crypto world, in the crypto scenes, and since it's a channel that specializes in crypto, I would say that it's become more into the mainstream. Crypto has becoming more demanded. It gets the global stamp. Like banks are adopting the crypto coins, minting coins.
Governments are buying reserves, Bitcoin. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, now MICA will add the European touch of the crypto, making it more trusted.
Cyprus with CASPs, everyone
Yes. I mean, I just relocated 6 months ago to Cyprus, but before I was in Dubai, I was witness to the revolution that is the adaptation of what crypto became as a mainstream. Imagine that you can go to gas station, paying taxes, or buying real estate or anything with a crypto transaction from your wallet. It because the government has gave adaptation. So as I was saying, that the adaptation when it comes to it starts with the governance. When the country leaders itself has the will of adopting regulation and
Yes.
crypto, you can see that everyone are following. So Dubai is or UAE is a good example of governance and efficiency of how they implemented the crypto as
I
a
see
mainstream.
many they're building huge businesses there, like buildings about blockchain and technology, and like it's amazing, like how they do it. And also talking about this, like now you don't need to know about the complexity because you have it on the visa, and people like you that you're doing all these orchestrations, you simplify to businesses. So this is what, let's go to the next important question.
I will tell you, if you already mentioned this, I will tell you how it met our clients, because the fact that it become more mainstream, that means more people want to consume this product. But there is the people that knows crypto, follow about crypto, know how the behavior, and there's the people who knows less. So our solution, what we do, how we make the matching engine in terms of how many a dozen of a crypto processor are integrated with us to the one who are more suitable to each merchant. If you are a flower shop and you want the crypto processing service, but you don't want to deal with the hassle of the volatility of the crypto. So what the solution is by introducing the crypto processor who collecting crypto and convert it into fiat instantly.
Amazing.
Without touching any or dealing with any crypto. So you use this tool as a crypto. You don't need to have the knowledge, but you still use the crypto collection and convert it into fiat to your currency. It doesn't matter if it's euro, pound, or UAE or dirham or whatever.
This is very, very interesting because, I mean, look, if you don't consider crypto, I mean, nowadays, as we speak, we're nearly reaching 1 billion people using actually crypto, nearly. And that's a huge market share. There's a lot of people who live by crypto and they want to buy this flower from your flower shop or this, fashion show or anything. But you don't want to get into, you don't have the time. Most of the people, they don't have the time to get into this knowledge. So with Paytiko, they can integrate this in their website, e-shops, and then they can get a pie of this market share.
Yes. No, of course, beside the fact that as we sort their integration hassle and, we don't want the clients to think that it's complicated product. So we can bring the wisdom of Paytiko into this process. And me personally, I advise any online business owner to have at least one crypto processing.
So it's amazing how we can see Paytiko basically operationalize and helping businesses adapt to cryptocurrency. Like it's like a payment method for the whole world, and it makes things to get up to trend, so people are not missing this big market pie. Like, I mean, something interesting. So let's go now to the other point. So are you seeing more companies choosing crypto and like for payment, and what are the advantages of this? Like, why would businesses and people use crypto? But I want to know from your experience, since you deal with such, have you seen businesses more coming and using Paytiko and using actually specifically crypto payments?
So basically, Paytiko thrive with the clients when we increase their approval ratio. Mm-hmm. This is why they come to us, because they can simply make an integration, especially big players. They can afford the integration to the third parties, whether it's card or APM or crypto. But the way we have created this ecosystem that all the payments work in one synergy, that you can cascade and you can manage the flow in a way that you increase. Of course, the crypto has taken a significant bite of the market, and the most one of the most valid points of crypto. It's cross-border. It's
Yes.
it's limitless.
Limitless,
You can
exactly.
seamlessly. Today there's much more regulation, but let's say it's less hectic than wire transfer or credit card limits, and
What about the fees? I mean,
definitely much more attracting compared to the traditional finance fees.
and faster, right? Is it? How about the speed? Like, do you need
I
to?
mean, I am in my first semester in UNIC, in Nicosia University. I'm studying about my magister of blockchain and fintech, and I'm learning more about the smart contracts. So the smart
Yes.
contracts is a great thing that guarantee for both sides trust without need of building relationship of trust. So that's what crypto has as an added value. If this transaction apply, then the second transaction applies. So
And there's no
it's
irreversibility, like
exactly
once it's done, the smart contract, it will work automatically and 24/7 in the blockchain. You have a stamp there, like proof, everything that any transaction that happens, it's in the blockchain. No one can just take it, or it's not centralized. It's quite interesting with the smart contracts, isn't it? Like how
yes.
it's.
If this happened, then this apply. This is in traditional finance, they use trustee services, and it's much more complicated, much more regulated, much more hectic and bureaucracy. Now with the blockchain, it's become very amazing and efficient. So it's cut all the bureaucracy and make it much more efficient. So definitely, crypto adaptation is one of the main products that we push for our clients to use in order to increase their approval ratio. Every time, every tool, every payment method that we add to our clients from analytical point of view, we can see an increase of approval ratio. Now, it goes in the three layers: the credit cards, the APM, which is local solutions, and cryptocurrency, and of course, the instant banking layer. So every one of those, as adding it as a layer of collection, is adding more ability to collect. So imagine a clients from a far countries that traditionally they cannot buy or pay with their credit card limited. They go with transaction, bam.
Exactly.
It's a purchase.
So let's talk a bit about the cash, right? Which is something now, in my opinion, is becoming obsolete. So they need to accept this, and it's actually happening. We see Europe, putting those sanctions, like this law that you can only use 10,000 euro cash in 2027, if I'm correct. So with all these restrictions, I mean, how Paytiko can does assist with these topics? I mean,
there is no much things to do because Paytiko is serving basically online businesses. The cash it's become dinosaur and less people use it.
Exactly.
We witness of disappearance of this cash.
Exactly.
And you mentioned since the sanction of what happening in Europe is applied, most of the people are using cash less because there is no way unless your business with a daily cash. There is no other added value. From my side, I don't even hold the cash.
Me too. Like honestly, I use my Apple Watch. I pay everything with crypto. By the way,
I lived 2 years in Dubai. I haven't even touched the cash because everywhere you go with a wallet, with a watch, and
you might lose it. You might if you lost your wallet, it's gone. That's the first thing that's gonna be gone. Actually, it's much better and easier and faster and lower fees and. Now I want to talk about something interesting. So there's AI. That's the other big topic nowadays with cryptocurrency. It's growing a lot, and I want to know how Paytiko is integrating this technology in your platform. Like, have you thought, is it working? Do you use it?
Yeah, definitely. AI is the future.
Yes.
And from AI will break down every task easily in the future, and we can see that with the time, the development of the AI agent and engine,
Yes.
it become massively a player in everything in your daily use, starting from, we spoke a while ago about iPhone answer with the AI
Exactly.
reply,
Yes.
into how it affects, our discussions with tools or translation or task or
ChatGPT. I mean, this.
ChatGPT. I mean, it's one form of AI, but AI goes beyond it. So the way we have translated AI into Paytiko, it's actually we have internal AI engine that allows.
Does something with reconciliations, if I'm not mistaken.
So it takes the data, the analytical data of the transaction, and we called it grow hub. So it takes the data of the transaction, and based in the advice, the
Analysis that
algorithm
they.
and analysis, it gives you advices of what suggestion. If you would do them, it will make you better in this aspect.
So all this time that financial analyst will check and everything, the AI does it for you and gives you the results like this.
Yes, in a way. So basically, the AI read all the transaction and says, okay, if you add this processor, if you add this solution, if you add this bank, you would get a better approval.
Wow,
there.
it even gives you to that level. Huh? It has the knowledge of the payment providers and what is the best to use in every transaction. And
yes, I mean, that's also
wow.
one of the tools that Paytiko allows. Before the AI came, it's something that you needed as a finance controller to sit and say, okay, I'm downloading the reports, I have it, and let me analyze. So I have a rejection ratio in this area, in these countries, I have in another one. If I add this solution, what I'm missing. So that's the traditional way of solving, taking
winning
the
time.
learning.
Yeah.
Yes, learning from the process. So AI came and make it shorter and more summarized in this aspect.
And less mistakes. Now let's go to the future a bit. Let's go to the future, like 5-10 years from now. Do you think crypto could become a dominant or widely accepted currency, especially as regions like Europe now they put all these, strict limits and all these things? Like, what's your input about this? I'm very interested to hear about this.
It's definitely regulation from the point I see it with the different markets. It's something that widely welcome, because once the product is regulation is mainly to protect the consumer.
Yes.
So as someone who is witness to this process and similarity of this process with a different market like ESMA or in Europe I'm referring to, I can see that this process will make better because people will trust more the system, which allow users more. Of course, there will always be the users will suspect this process because they want to still stay anonymous. But it's I don't know what's the amount, but from my point of view, I think it making crypto definitely more mainstream.
Yes.
And this combination with stablecoin, I think there's
300 billion, which is there. Like
amazing. We can see the stablecoin as a important factor in the finance. It's in the middle. It's stablecoin is a cryptocurrency picked with other currency.
The fiat, yes.
So is it USDT or is it DC? It's something that become very, very demanded. So it simplify the crypto in a way. Okay, it's cryptocurrency, but it's picked with something that we deal with it daily.
Yes, I know. Yes.
So that's also another element of trust.
Exactly.
And from what I see, MICA, which is the European regulation in crypto, is something will make it more transparent.
Yes.
But there's a lot of question marks at this stage because it's like we want to regulate, but we don't know how fully to do it. I can see lots of copy pasting from the ESMA. However, it's going there. It's from while to while because every country in the Europe has a different implementation or interpretation of it. Some of them more friendly, some of them more tough, some of them doesn't want this business, so they make it higher restricted. So it depends on, again, remember what we said about the governance. So if the governance more friendly and want, to allow this volume, it will be more friendly. However, Europe has a tend being more compliance restricted. So
Yes.
I can say this with the travel rules, with the KYT tools, with the DORA, OVRA, all those are requirement by national banks. And this is another point. National banks are the one who are regulating crypto
Yes.
as a tool. That means it's not the financial regulator, like let's assume in Cyprus case, it's not CISIC. It's the Central Bank of Cyprus,
Yes.
which is tend to be more restricted, with not, with all respect to CISIC, it is more into, strict demands and source of funds, and going into much deeper than business oriented. Let's call it from CISIC.
You raise a very interesting topic now. When it comes to source of funds, anti-money laundering, and all this due diligence and everything, with cash and fiat, it's actually much more harder and easier actually to not, declare anything. But with cryptocurrency, or with the stable coins, everything is in the blockchain. Even they can freeze huge transactions. So there is some kind of control, and there's always a digital footprint. And in my opinion, when they try to regulate it, they have to, because even if they regulate it or not, crypto is working, and it will always be working. So they understood that you need to embrace this. And it's amazing to see companies like Paytiko orchestrating this all integrity with all this payment system, and also adding the crypto, and helping to simplify things to people, rather than to learn what's a private wallet, what's that. You just go to Paytiko and you help them. We're gonna be talking about this later on. Now I want to jump to something interesting that I wanted to talk about. So we have many countries are introducing crypto education now that we talk about this. So we see even in primary school, European countries, even Cyprus, I heard something that they started in primary to introduce something about Bitcoin. What does this shift tell you about the future of financial literacy? I mean, and the role of companies. I mean, how Paytiko will assist in this matter?
Like you said, like it or not, crypto is coming. And I can see that, I'm a father of 4 children, and by myself,
Amazing.
I get investigated every day of what I did in job, what's crypto, what's payment. My kids are very into what I'm doing, and I share with them what every day I do, and they keep asking me.
So they know about crypto already.
They are. I mean, even from orchestration point of view, to explain this product is very complicated, and I see this new age that is keen to have more knowledge, keen to have more adaptive, innovative approach. It's just amazing. I can see it from first line, and I encourage this because it's a tool for life.
Exactly.
So if you know how to use it, it will protect you and you'll protect yourself. So definitely it's something promising, and
I mean, even my 3-year-old daughter, she knows, she says Bitcoin. She already knows what's like. It's amazing. And it's maybe it was meant because in schools, in primary school, it was never taught finance, and it was always an issue, right? I mean, people wanted to put...
No, today's school are different level. I mean, today's school are taking this to the next level.
Finally. And teaching crypto.
Not
finance.
Only crypto. I know schools that have classes for AI, how implementing AI, how to use AI, and it's just important. The disadvantage of this exposure for this young age, from what I see, it could be misuse of these tools. The privacy part, because still they are young age, and you need to control what their environment. But in overall, I think it's a very welcome step by educational part, because it's better to know it than not knowing it.
Exactly. It's there. I mean, why not to get educated and use it and take advantage of it and assist. I mean, with everything on their future. So this is opening new jobs also. About
yes, I have mentioned earlier about my study with Nicosia University at the blockchain and fire and the fintech. It's amazing to know things from details. I knew lots of information, but it gave me much more deeper insight about how it goes from the inside, more details from regulatory point of view, from operational point of view. So the more, we say it, knowledge is tool. And it's definitely a line taking this knowledge and implementing it of what we see in Paytiko. If you ask me what the biggest thing that makes you better than the players, or why clients should choose Paytiko, not other competitors, because there is competitors and players and that's it, because we always try to be 2 steps ahead of the market. We always aim to be better version of ourselves, and it's implemented by innovative approach. Every time we add new tools, new subscription engine, grow hub, crypto processing, we try to match the needs of our clients and build a custom relationship with them, not just a mass service. And bringing all this bunch of partners to merchants into one place is very challenging, but it's also fun. You can see, the fun for me is looking at a final product, see a success story. It's worth the whole effort.
100%. Every new achievement, every new success, it motivates to get even more.
Exactly.
And amazing how you look at it. So let's talk now with Paytiko bringing so many payment basically methods under one roof. So does this mean merchant no longer need to integrate any providers like PayPal, Apple Pay, Google, Stripe, one by one? How does that, what's your input on this,
Yes, so all the partners you have named are part of our ecosystem. We have exclusive partnership with PayPal. We have a very strong relationship with Stripe, with any other place. Those are a few of many partners that we work with. And the idea is, to bring it in a silver plate to the client and say, listen, you don't need to maintain a full team of payments. You don't need to maintain a full team of developers. You don't need to maintain a full team of financial analysts. We bring it into one dashboard, one place, one plugin.
Umbrella.
Let us do it for you. You focus on your main business. Let us cover payments for you. Let us make you evolve. That's our logo. Optimize and evolve. And we optimize for you, and you evolve your business. And this is what the relationship, because if you don't have any added value to this relationship, then you don't have right of existence. And this is something we need to prove every time to our clients, that okay, you see, this is how we make you more money. This is how we saved you more money. This is how we make your life easier. And every project, every product development start from this question: how we can make our client do better and do less.
Interesting. And what if someone doesn't want to use one of those? Like maybe someone doesn't want to use PayPal or anything. Can they do this, or do they have to?
I mean, so if I walk you through the process of how we build the matching engine of what the client needs and what we have, the first questions would be starting from the business development product, which is the department who is responsible of evaluating what the client needs. So what industry, what's your volume, where is your plan, what is the technology that you are using. We take all this information, analyze it, and say, okay, what is the next step? You are expanding to Europe, you're expanding to Africa, you're expanding to any market. Give us the insight. And, if it a new startup, it's totally different approach.
Wow. So basically you give even consulting. So if someone have opened, in a new market, and he has no idea what payments they're using. So they come to you and you tell them, listen, in this country, we have clients, this is what they use. And you offer the consulting on this part.
Exactly. So what we say to our clients, if you are local, we help you to go global. If you are global and you want to localize, we help you to localize. And
Interesting.
there's a lots of markets. It's like when you go to any new market, you always need to think about your payment strategy. And payment strategy is going to every local market and understand, if tomorrow you want to go, for example, and target Venezuela or Brazil, you need to have the local solution that allows clients from Brazil to pay you and you collect it as an international market. You cannot just say, okay, I'm offering SEPA or SWIFT solution, pay me.
Come on. I mean, why would the other person...
Well, this is also a very good point for crypto. Crypto is a market, it's a solution can work in any market. And especially,
can it accept any crypto like Ethereum, Bitcoin, BNB?
Yes. So what the partners that we work with, they a part of the evaluation process, we say, okay, what the most used crypto? So because mainly the crypto processor have in their widget like the most 20 used currencies, and they can adapt it according to the needs. If there's a certain market has a very big market cap to certain currency, then they add it. But the process behind it
always
is actually
under development, always updating.
Asking from their liquidity provider to add it as a list. Now, the flow works in a way that it's collected in the currency, it's exotic or mainstream, let's call it, or majors, and it's immediately converted to stablecoin. Now,
immediately, so you don't lose the value of volatility.
Either you can keep it in crypto.
Yes,
for me,
yes.
if it's not someone who is deep in the crypto industry, I suggest that make it instant conversion into fiat or stablecoin, and he can do whatever he wants.
Later in his time.
This way he hedged himself.
Very wise point. 100%. Let's jump into another interesting topic. So. You mentioned about the analytics. Okay, I want to go back to this, which is quite interesting. What does merchants understand and can improve with your dashboard? So, merchant got Paytiko, and he gets what? What can he see? Like all the payments. Can you categorize them? Can you? How does it work?
Yes. So, of course, the most common usage of Paytiko, people like to call it orchestration platform. I call it as well. But if we go to a more specific definition, is financial management system. That means it has a full coverage of any CFO tool that needed. And
wow. So it's not just like a payment orchestration. So basically it's
orchestration is the biggest arm of it, like the most demanded tool or feature, because we have very great cascading logic. It's very UX friendly. It's very comfortable for businesses to run and add payment solution or whatever, and set the strategy, because I want to collect these payments from this. I want to prioritize credit card of this company to this country. So there is a lot of deep actions that you can go and dig more approval ratio. So, and we will walk you through, of course, this process, because we say, okay, we see that this payment provider is very successful in this country. What do you think you should put it in one priority or second priority? If it failed, then you have the backup that collect. If it failed, you can use the crypto. If it fails, it use the APM. So the idea is to scratch the floor with money, that you are losing.
Exactly.
That's the main concept. Now, the second part is actually the favorite CFO tool. That means the ability to have these reconciliation tools in one button, to have the visibility of the dashboard, the grow up. Now, by any business owner, analytical oriented, this is more a deeper level of CEOs and CFOs. They can learn about their business from one view at the dashboard.
Wow.
So they can see, okay, I have lots of rejection from this country. What about adding a new solution for this country? I have more needs into this country. This is, people with hands-on in analytical can extract knowledge from the dashboard. And the traditional way without Paytiko is by actually going to every payment solution, extracting report, taking this report from here and that report, putting it together and start analyzing, and Excel sheet,
Again,
SQL.
login, password to another one, and
Yes.
then
So they imagine, this one speaks Arabic and this one speaks
so
African.
it's with API or
and
something, right?
with
It works with API or
yes, we connect the partners with API in one pool. So
Wow.
imagine that what we do is basically you have a client who speak Arabic, a client speak African, and what you do is bring them together and ask them to speak English.
wow.
So everyone can understand the same language.
Add everything into one place, simplify everything, help the CFOs. The companies can actually make more money with this solution. I mean, rather than to spend hours and pay employees to get this, I mean, you tell to the finance department, listen, I got you a tool here, and you don't need to sit down the hours that you used to sit. I mean, they just... talking about this. So, for example, for businesses that they want to start using Paytiko, okay, so how does it work? Like, I'm a bit thinking, is it complex to install Paytiko on a company? How do you work? Like, a company wants to put Paytiko. How do you do the onboarding?
That's a very good question, because we work with many verticals: finance vertical, service vertical, e-commerce, and we are integrated with hundreds of CRMs and payment with
Also
platform
CRMs?
providers. Yeah, many. I mean, we are in e-commerce and Shopify, BigCommerce, WeCommerce, WordPress as a plugin. So
Nice.
it's like for the simple e-commerce, you can add the plugin with no technical background. For the more complex integration, of course, every company has a development team, and our API book is available publicly, so anyone can read it and integrate it. So that's and our team is always helping. Now, for our clients who want to use a Paytiko, it's actually goes into three categories. You have this small clients, small startups. It can goes from a players who generate volume from 50 to 300. Let's say this category. They are mainly, if they are e-commercers, they have with these big players, and we have the plugin there. It's just drag and add. It's very simple. You add the key credentials and you can use it. If you are a bigger player or enterprise level, medium enterprise level, and most likely we have the technical integration with your partner. If not, we always add new partners per demand. And you as a client, you don't need to deal with anything called integration, nothing called development. You just make us introduction with your tech partner that if we don't have it, most likely we have it. We are very active in e-commerce, hospitality, finance verticals, and we keep growing. Every time. We have it in SDK for the mobile versions, and
So if a company is using old system accountings and everything, can you actually fetch this data from the old systems and add them?
Yes.
The analytics data, all the purchases.
Yes. We can present it in one place.
So if a company want to up their financial part of the company, you can help them with the migration and they don't need to worry about it's running in the background. They don't need to stop their operations in order to deploy the system.
Yes, we can do it in parallel. We did many complex transition and migration of data and
how long does it take? Give me an example of a client that you managed to migrate from an old system to a new.
So of course the people
and it was
who are
challenging, let's say,
familiar with using the orchestration concept, it's they are mainly clients who are not satisfied from what their current providers, and they came to us because many of things they can list a book how much we are better, but mainly because our product's solid and we are in terms of is very important point because cost-wise, we are the most efficient and lowest cost to any player outside. Our model is purely built by fix. We don't charge any transaction fees, percentage fees, or any other fees, neither hidden fees or showing fees. This is, something that I suffered as a consumer, and I say no more. My
Yes.
model will be fair, and it's aimed to have thousands of clients, and this is the direction we are heading to. So, our model, which is much unique from the industry. Every other player takes transactions, take percentage, and have a minimum. We don't have this stuff.
Interesting.
It's a fix, and it's determined by the level of. We have 3 packages. Okay, the startup, the standard, let's call it, and the enterprise level. And we never play with agreements or nothing change in the future. Either you generate a 500 or 500 million. It's the same support, the same fees, nothing
And they're
changed.
24/7. How many
Yes.
offices the Paytiko?
So our main office, where we established Paytiko, is in Bulgaria.
Interesting.
Yes. Then we moved to expand to Dubai, our Middle East, which is a different market, different mentality, and it is a very, very nice market to work and operate. It's different from the European. And then the third office is in Cyprus, of course. We have recently, 6 months ago, we launched the office in Cyprus, Larnaca.
Nice.
We have we gathered very nice team, and we are, expanding very, very nice. So I think we are in the right direction.
So I wanted to talk more about obviously the crypto, which is what makes crypto more attractive than cash and traditional fiat in certain use cases. Like this is one of the interesting topic. Like where what do you think? How does crypto assist in these matters? Like why would someone pay with crypto rather than cash or fiat?
First of all, I would say the efficiency of crypto makes it very successful part. I mean, the efficiency of, how fast you can pay, how fast you can transact. The second point is actually the cost, the lower cost. Beside the fact it's decentralized, that means it doesn't rely on anyone. It's between you and the seller or the buyer.
Yes.
We say the closest direction from 2 points is a direct line, and this is exactly in crypto. It's a direct line.
24/7. There is
Yes.
no waiting to until the approval happens or anything or.
Yes. So, and the smart contract concept
Bravo,
is allowing people to do
Automation.
trust relationship without having the trust, without having the need of the trust. So the automation definitely, the scalability. You can transact, because traditional finance, you start with due diligence process. It takes much more time than the traditional transaction. You can have millions of transactions in one transaction. I mean, it's very efficient. So transparency, you have mentioned before this point. I agree with you that the hash is allowing every user to track
every single transaction in the blockchain. Like everything is there, and with cash, for example, you cannot trace that. It's maybe that's one of the reasons that now it's a raising point that governments and they started to put it in the education and actually buying Bitcoin and actually adapting it, because indeed I can see the crime is gonna reduce once the big thing, cash will not exist anymore. I mean, like it's gonna take time. I can see also many people might move cash to crypto even now. That
it's happening,
It's already happening, right? You've seen this.
Like any type of product, you have these people that will misuse the crypto, and you have these people who make opportunity from it, a business. In Paytiko, we would encourage businesses to use crypto as a way of collecting funds. That means if they have more channels to collect money, that means they will collect more money. They have potential to have more users.
The market share is
Yes,
growing,
you know,
and it's a shame not to.
I mean, crypto can interpret it for many other activities. For us in Paytiko, we take it as a payment method, and I think, from my point of view, it will become more and more mainstream. I can see companies pushing to that. A big banks and big fintech companies are going there. You know, 2 weeks ago, I received to my Revolut account that, or maybe a little bit more, that they obtained the CASP in Cyprus.
Yes, that was.
So imagine one of the biggest fintech players have Revolut. And by the way, Revolut is one of the integrated partners in Paytiko, you know, Revolut Pay. So they are building a very impressive ecosystem. And crypto is one of the tools that they are having. And, you know, because
100%.
they know that in the future it become more and more demanded. So it's something definitely will increase of usage.
Amazing. So that was a really awesome episode. We have Mr. Razi Saleh is helping too much to adopt, remove all the complexity from businesses when it comes to crypto. It gives you the chance to, you know, accept crypto without having any knowledge. They will help you. The team is always there. There's 24/7 support. I'm glad to see more people, you know, understanding the value and actually adapting it and helping a big part. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, you can drop them in the comment section. That was Crypto Inspector, and see you to the next episode. Crypto Inspector is out.